Okay, let's proceed. So I will formally define the two operations of vectors. We have the dot product. I already given you the idea last time, and then you have the cross product later. Okay, so for the dot product, well, this will be defined in uh, vectors in space, no? So when I say vectors in space, you have the three components, um, first, second, and third. Okay? So suppose you are given two vectors u and v with components for u is u1, u2, u3, and then vector v with components v1, v2, v3. Okay? So we get that product. We get that product defined as the sum of the product of the corresponding components. So ang magka-corresponding components will be we have the corresponding components U1 and V1. And then we have U2 corresponds with V2 and U3 corresponds with V3. So the corresponding components will be multiplied and then you get the sum. As I said, the product and the sum will just be close within the set of real numbers. So what we will get here is just a scalar. Okay. Now, I'd like to emphasize now the different properties of the dot product so that we can have an easier computation when we go to the directional derivatives later. Okay, so first, the commutative property, meaning regardless of the order, whether you multiply u dot v or v dot u, you will get the same product. Okay. By the way, no, in this case, if you're going to consider v dot u here, okay, ang mangyayari lang dyan, yung v ang mauuna. So this is going to be v1 u1 plus v2 u2 plus v3 u3. Okay? And the multiplication in the set of real number is just commutative. So you can actually switch yung u1 v1 product will be the same as the product v1 u1 and so on. That's why it must be commutative. And then we also have the distributive property of the dot product over a sum. Okay? So you can distribute u with respect to the dot product for the sum b plus w. So for example, let's say you have the vector u, let's say 1, 0, 3. V is negative 2, 1, 0. Okay. And then you have W is, let's say, 3, 1, 2. Okay. So ang sinasabi, if you consider the product, U product, the quantity, P plus W. So just like in the usual operation, the grouping of parentheses means a priority on the operation. So this is going to be U dot. So you have to perform the sum first of B plus W. Okay? So this is going to be V plus W. V is negative 2, 1, 0 plus 3, 1, 2. So this is going to be U dot, what will be the sum? Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. And then you have 0 plus 2 is 2. Okay? So that we can perform the operation. Okay. So I'll just replace muna yung U. Ang U natin is 103. Okay? So you'll get the dot product here. So ano yung magiging dot product? That's going to be 1 times 1 plus 0 times 2 plus 3 times 2. Okay? So you'll get 1 plus 0 plus 6 is equal to 7. Whereas, okay, what you can check here is the product U dot V. Okay? Ang U dot V natin will be 103. That product with negative 2, 1, 0. And this will give us 1 times negative 2. 1 times negative 2 plus 0 times 1 plus 3 times 0, which is negative 2. Okay? Tapos you have U times W. That product, I should say. So that's going to be 103 dot 3, 1, 2. So this is going to be 1 times 3 plus 0 times 1 plus 3 times 2, which gives us 3 plus 6, which is 9. Okay? And then we're supposed to get the product, we're supposed to get the sum based on the expansion here. We get the sum U dot B plus UW. So we'll just add it here. Negative 2 plus 9 is 7, which is the same as the undistributed factor of U. Okay? And that's actually the meaning here. And then we have the role of the zero vector. Okay? The zero vector, so just an emphasis, no? The zero that you see here is actually the zero vector. Meaning, this is in 3 dimension. If you are doing the dot product in the 3 dimension, which in the case here, this is going to be 0, 0, 0. Okay, that's the vector 0. The 0 that you see here is a scalar 0. Okay, so the 0 vector multiplied to any non-zero vector will yield the 0 scalar. Okay, and then the role of a constant, okay, the role of a constant over a dot product. Okay, so yung constants or the scalar can be distributive only on one factor. So if you see, for example, C times, I should say, C times the dot product U dot V, that is the same as multiplying to a vector V, either V or U to the scalar product of CU or CB. So yung C pwedeng na kay C lang at or na kay C, na kay V lang. Ang common mistake dito is dinidistribute yung C sa U tsaka sa V pareho. Pero that's not the case, no? You should only distribute C if that's that product and a scalar product. So this is a combination actually of a scalar product. Okay, this is a scalar, and then you have the dot product. Okay, and then for the norm, okay, the norm of the vector, that is the same as the dot product of the vector to itself. Okay? Remember, so for example, if you are given the vector u, let's say the vector w here, okay? You have the vector w given as 3, 1, 2. We get actually the norm of w. That's actually the norm, okay? The norm of w as the square root of, okay, the square root of 3 squared plus 1 squared plus 2 squared. Okay? So that will give us the square root of 14. Okay? That's the norm. Now, if you consider the dot product of W to itself, what is the dot product of W to itself? That's going to be 3, 1, 2, dot product with 3, 1, 2. This will be the same as 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 times 1 is 1, plus 2 times 2 is 4. So this is going to be 14. So you can see the relationship that the dot product will just be the square of the norm of the vector. Okay? Okay. Next, we have the concept now of the angle between two vectors. Okay? The angle between two vectors is defined by the cosine. Okay? So in other books, you will see this definition, no? That cosine theta is equal to the dot product of UV over the product of the norm. Okay? So, kunin mo lang yung inverse cosine ng both sides, you will have the angle here. Okay? This is where we have the concept of the orthogonal vector. If the dot product of two vector is 0, so yung numerator mo is 0. Okay? If the dot product, so yung dot product dito is 0, so necessarily the quotient will now be 0, regardless of the norm of U and B. So you will actually get something like cosine theta is equal to 0, because U dot B or U dot product B is 0, this quotient here will become 0 entirely. And you will have cosine theta is equal to 0. So that if you get the definition now that theta is just the arc cosine of 0, kailan nagiging 0 yung cosine? What angle will give you, what angle will render your cosine as 0? Huh? What angle will render cosine to 0? Cosine of what angle will give you 0? What is cosine 0? 1. Kailan nagiging 0 si cosine? Pi over 2 or 90 degrees. Okay? So so we have here theta is the arc cosine of 0. So this is 90 degrees or pi over 2. So anong ibig sabihin kapag naka 90 degrees yung angle ng dalawang vector? They are actually perpendicular. Okay? So as I said earlier, in higher dimensions, we no longer use the term perpendicular, but rather we will use the term orthogonal already. Okay? Pero the same definition lang, no? When they make 90 degrees with each other, then we can say they are perpendicular or simply orthogonal. Okay? So two vectors are orthogonal if their dot product is 0. Okay? Questions? Okay, so you have an example here. You have the two vectors u. Okay, u is given in the unit vector form, or you can just write u. You can write u in component form as 1, -2, 2. Vector v can be written in component form as -3, 6, 2. Okay? So the to get the angle between the two vectors u and v here, what you will need by definition, you will need to compute for the dot product and multiply the norms. That's why in the computation here, separately, kinuha muna yung norm ni u saka norm ni v. Ang norm ni u is 3, ang norm ni v is 7. You can check the computation. And then, we also consider the dot product u dot v. Use the definition that's going to be -11. So substituting the value, theta will be the arc cosine of -11/21. So this is not going to be an exact value in the trigonometric functions. All you need to do is use your calculator. Okay, that is if your calculator is in radian mode, you should get 2.12, or in degree mode, that is 121.6 degrees. So in standard position, you can also easily trace the two vectors. Nasa space pala siya. Okay. Yung u is 1. -2, 2. Okay, this is actually your u. This is the vector u. Yung vector v is -3. -3, 6. Tayo. 2. Okay. Okay, this will be the vector V. So if you look at the scenario here, this is the angle. No? This is the angle here. That is the angle 121.6 degrees. Okay. And then another important uh, concept that we will use in the calculus of the vectors later will be the projections. Okay. So we need, particularly when you compute for resultant forces in physics, we need to consider the components of the vector in the three coordinate axes, uh, along the unit vectors I, J, K. So yung I is along the x-axis, yung J is along the y-axis, and yung unit vector K is along the z-axis. Okay? So we have the projection, okay? We have the projection of the vector. So suppose you have the two vectors, U and V, that are both non-zero. And then you have the sum, W1 plus W2, okay? Where W1 is parallel to V and W2 is parallel to V, to V, okay? To V. So what do we get here? So this is your, this is the vector U. This one here, this is your vector U. So you have the angle with respect to the x-axis. Okay, with respect to the x-axis, so you have W1 and the vector W2 here. Okay. The projection, okay, the projection, particularly the vector projection of U onto B is denoted, this is a vector, pero meron lang siyang special notation. Projection of U onto V is the dot product UV over the norm of V, okay, the square of the norm, I should say. That's just the square of the norm, okay, times the vector V, okay? Remember, this whole thing here, okay, this whole thing here is a scalar, okay? It's just a scalar. So you multiply it to the vector V so that you will have the projection already, okay? The projection, if you have here the two vectors, so you have here the vector U, you have the vector V, which makes an angle based on our cosine theta, okay? If the angle is obtuse, first, if the angle is acute, okay? If the angle is acute, this angle here, then the projection of U onto V will just be parallel to V, or that is along the V, okay? So ibig sabihin, kukunin natin yung right triangle na mo-form between U and V. Yung component ng right triangle na yon, yun yung projection niya. Okay? Yun yung projection ng vector U to the vector V. Okay? So, dalawa kasi yung pwedeng mangyari dyan, no? If you have here the vector U and then you have the vector V here. So, pag ginawan natin yan ng right triangle, makaka-form tayo ng right triangle dyan. Etong vector na to, okay, etong vector na to up to this point will be the projection of V onto U. Okay? The projection of V onto U. However, if you're going to extend naman, let's say V here, and then form a right triangle naman here. Mali. Gawa ko ng ibang kulay. Okay, you form a right triangle naman here. So right triangle tayo dyan. Okay. Ito naman yung vector. Okay. Ito naman yung vector, projection vector nung U onto V. Okay? Onto V. So, pwede kang makakuha ng projection of U onto V or projection of V onto U. Okay? That is tracing actually. That is tracing specific vectors with a length that will be identified by the other vector. So halimbawa ito, this is the vector. This is the case when the angle is obtuse naman, no? So pag obtuse, doon ka magfo-form ng right triangle sa kabilang side. Dito sa side na to. Because the angle is acute, no? Yan. And then for the three-dimension vectors, we have the reference angle with respect to the three axes now. So we'll have the convention, okay, or the usual practice of the angles. So if you are referring to the angle formed with respect to the x-axis, we will use alpha. Okay. With respect to the y-axis, that will be beta. And then with respect to the z-axis, that will be gamma. Okay. So that will be our convention, no? The direction angles will be named respectively as alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha with respect to the x-axis, beta with respect to the y-axis, and then gamma with respect to the z-axis. So this is actually an application already of the cosine value a while ago, no? So you'll just have to divide the components A, B, C with the corresponding norm. So for example, yeah. Wait. Just to give you an example, let's say you have a vector V with 2, 3, -1, or you can write this as 2i plus 3j minus k. Okay? 2i plus 3j minus k. So what will be the direction angles? So your direction angles will be alpha will be arc cosine of 2 over from here we get the norm of V. Okay, what's the norm of V here? Square root of 14. Tama? Okay. So it's going to be 2 over square root of 14. That's the inclination alpha or direction angle with respect to the x-axis. Can you get the degree value of this in your calculator? Our cosine of 2 over the square root of 14. $57.7 degrees. And then you have beta will be the arc cosine of 3 over the square root of 14. That's the inclination with respect to the y-axis. What do you get? $36 point, 0.7. Tama ba? And then finally, you have gamma will be the arc cosine of -1 over the square root of 14. 105.5 degrees. Okay. So those will be the direction angles. Ito na yung cross product. Wait lang. Okay. We other than the dot product, as I said before, we also have the cross product, which aims to produce a vector out of the product. Kasi dun sa first two products natin, scalar times the first product, which involves two vectors, no, produces a scalar. Meron tayo before yung product, the scalar product, kaso ang involved kasi doon is a scalar and a vector. Although it produces a vector, we cannot fully identify it as operation in the set of vectors kasi nga scalar naman yung involved. So here, we hope to define an operation that involves two vectors and will result to another vector. Kanina, we have two vectors resulting only on a scalar. Okay? So this is the physical application of the cross product. It's actually the vector that is directed towards the orthogonal direction of the plane formed by the two vectors u and v. Ito yung ginamit natin before sa kuha ng equation of a plane. Okay? And so we formalize the definition now. If you are given two vectors, u and v, okay, that is with the same component as we have defined earlier, no? So in terms of a simplified determinant, you have the cross product defined by the unit vectors I, J, K. Okay, the unit vectors I, J, K. This time with the corresponding 2 by 2 matrix determinants. When we take the composite of this expanded determinant, it will actually be the determinant of a 3 by 3. And I have already illustrated you before how we can expand this, no? Yan. So you have the more precise definition is actually this 3 by 3 determinant. Okay. By the way, if you are not familiar with the determinants, if you're going to expand this, okay. So this the same principle that I mentioned last time, main diagonal minus secondary diagonal lang tayo. Okay? So this will be the main diagonal. This will be the secondary diagonal. So you'll actually have here U2 V3 minus U3 V2 I minus, okay, that's going to be U1 V3 minus U3 V1J. Okay? And then plus U1 V2 minus U2 V1K will be the expanded form. Kung susundan nyo yung ginawa natin last time, di ba, ang technique naman natin, if it is a 3 by 3, we copy the first two columns. So this will be U1, V1, U2, V2. Okay? Just to illustrate that you will get actually the same, no? So ang main diagonal natin dyan, okay? So you'll actually have this, three diagonals, main diagonals, and then you'll have the secondary diagonals here. So if you're going to expand this along the main diagonal, no? So you'll have sige, isa-isahin na lang muna natin, no? This is U2 V3I. This one is U3 V1J. And then the third green diagonal will be ano yan? U1 V3. U1 V3K. Sa taas, yung secondary diagonals, this one will be U2 V1K. Here you will have U3 V2J, and then I should say. That is I. And then the last one is U1 V3J. So kung if you try to simplify this, sum of the main diagonals minus secondary diagonal. So magkakaroon tayo ng U2 V1 V3 I should say, U2 V3 I plus U3 V1J plus U1 V3K minus U2 V1K, rearrange ko lang to IJK form para ang I natin is U3 V2I plus U1 V3J plus U2 V1K. Okay? Ano oras na ba? Aga pa, di ba? Aga nilang dismiss. Nakikita nyo ba yung equality ngayon? Tama ba? Halimbawa sa I, ano yung magiging coefficient niya? Ala, iba. Tama ba? U2B, tama. U2B3 minus U3V2. Okay? Ito, minus this one. So makukuha nyo tong coefficient na to. Okay? Yung sa J, U3B1 minus U1B3. Kaya pag pinasok nyo tong negative dito sa loob, magiging positive U3B1, which is this, and then U1B3, which is this. Siya yung magiging negative. Okay? So, you essentially get the same. Okay? The geometry, okay? The geometry of the cross product is actually a parallelogram. Okay? It's actually a parallelogram. The area of a a parallelogram, so that if you get the norm of that vector, remember it's a vector. Okay, it's a vector. Okay, that is the diagonal of the parallelogram. Okay, and then if you get the norm of that vector, that's already the area of the parallelogram. You can check the computations as indicated here. The last product that we can consider, okay, the last product that we can consider is the scalar triple product. Okay, here you have three vectors involving two operations. You have the dot product over the cross product. So ang tanong dyan, kapag pinerform natin yung dalawang product na yan, ano ang ibig sabihin? Okay? So we call this a scalar triple product. It's triple because you need three vectors. However, it's a scalar because what you will get out of this operation is a scalar. Okay? Hindi siya vector ngayon. Okay? So it's just a matter of getting also getting the determinant of the resulting 3 by 3. Okay? Okay, that's actually illustrated here, no? In the first problem, exercise problem here, example, you have the three vectors, U, V, and W. Okay? So what you will get, okay, this time, the resulting geometry is now the volume of the parallelepiped. Okay? Parallelepiped is a geometric figure whose sides are all parallelograms. Okay? So that's what we call parallelepiped. A parallelepiped looks like this, no? So parallelogram on all sides. So parang cube. The simplest parallelepiped is the cube, where all sides are squares. Remember, square is a parallelogram also. Okay? So these are the three component vectors. Ito yung U, V, W. Kung isi-simplify natin. Okay? So that's the U, V, W. So yung cross product, ito yung cross product, mapo-form niya itong parallelogram sa base. Okay? So every time that there is a cross product, magkakaroon ka ng parallelogram. So makaka-form ka actually ng tatlong parallelogram. Parallelogram dito sa base, and then on this lateral side, crossing A and B, and then the parallelogram here. And then what you will do is to just replicate those three parallelogram to form the parallelepiped. Can you say that? To form the parallelepiped. May tongue twister tayo. Okay? So a parallelepiped is a geometric figure in space. It's a solid geometric figure whose sides are all parallelograms. Okay? The simplest parallelepiped is the cube, where its side is a square. Okay? Yan. So to get the scalar triple product, U dot product, the cross product BW. So ang mangyayari dyan actually, kung if we go by the long method, you're supposed to get the dot product, the cross product first. Ang makukuha nyo sa cross product na to is a vector. Okay? So meron siyang three components. Tapos, ida-dot product nyo siya doon sa U. So you know very well that when you get the product of when you get the dot product of two vectors, you will get a scalar. So you expect that the product of the sequence dot followed by cross product will just be a scalar. Okay? The fastest, the easiest way to obtain the scalar is to get the determinant of the 3 by 3. Okay? Yan. Sige. So the usual, you copy 201 negative 842. Wait. I-read natin 201 negative 842. Saka tayo mag main diagonal. Ito yung mali. Sige. Okay. Let's check. What's the product in the three main diagonal? 2 times 4 times negative 4 is negative 32. Ito yon. Okay? 8 times, negative 8 times negative 2 times 1. You get the 16 here. And then, 0. Kaya wala na siya doon. Okay? That's supposed to be plus 0, no? And then, for the secondary diagonal, 1 times 4 times 2 is, sige. They're supposed to be, para lang mas detailed, this will be negative 32 plus 16 plus 0 minus, okay? That will be 8. 2 times negative 2 times 2 is negative 8. And then negative 4 times 0 times negative is also 0. Okay? So you'll get negative 32 plus 16 minus 8 plus 8. Ito yon. Actually, that's already 0, no? Okay? So you'll get negative 32 plus 16. Okay? Since this is a volume, we take it as a positive value. So if ever you get a negative number, then you'll just get the absolute value. So the scalar triple product of the three vectors will be 16. Okay? Well, if you're going to be strict with it, this is just cubic units because this is a volume. Okay? Ano na? Laging positive dapat. Because it's a volume. Okay? Okay? So I will end that. I will end here. Just study the exam. Bakit may pala?